so often I'm like one eye on you and one eye on the TV, like, ooh, look at me. How you guys doing? Should we start this off with a gong?
Yeah, man, let's get it going.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Alliance Show. I am Jack Malacco. To my left, perhaps you're right, is the always lovely Sylvester.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
Good.
Does it ever offend you that I just call you by your first name? I feel like it's kind of a Madonna situation, you know?
No.
Right? It's just like Sylvester.
It's a Madonna.
Yeah.
No, not at all, man.
It's just how it goes, man. But yeah, guys, welcome to the Alliance Show. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is our live stream that we do every Tuesday afternoon. Sometimes it's at night if you're in a different part of the world, but we do all sorts of stuff on here, man. What do? We talk about beards, we talk about style, fashion.
We talk about everything related to grooming, style, and we'll also go beyond that and talk about the journey it takes to become the best version of ourselves. And
absolutely, man. And we're going to kind of speak to that a little bit today. We're going to go beyond the beard. Now, of course, we're still going to talk about the beard. Don't you worry about that. And I can see you going towards that X. Don't click out of this. Hang on. Because today we're going to start off with talking about how a lot of you guys may just have your first beards for the first time because No Shave November just came to an end. And now you've got this thing, and the holidays are right around the corner. And you may be going home for the first time with this beard on your face, and your family might not be super down with it. But we're also going to be talking about that investment that you just put into the beard, not with your money, not with... Oh, there goes something. You all right? By the way, should we announce who just dropped that? Yeah. How about that? I'm going to call you out, boy.
Behind the
I dropped my phone.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
So, yeah, that's behind the computer running the stream is the lovely Josh Lawson, who just dropped his phone.
I'll pick it up in a
He'll
second.
get it in a second once he switches back to us.
Back to you guys.
Yeah, now back to us. But anyway, so as I was saying.
We got them covered, man.
Yeah,
we got you covered. Not only is this, not only are we going to be talking about how you can invest and show what you've been investing in yourself and take the opportunity to invest in other people, but this is the last show of the year, man.
It is, and it doesn't feel like it. Holy cow, man. I feel like the summer was 5 years long, and then, we got into that October phase, and it started chugging, and it got a little bit faster, and then December went by in a blink of an eye. I feel like it was just Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous how fast it's over. Christmas is a week from today.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to properly appreciate the tree that I walked up 3 flights of stairs into my apartment. I tell you, man. But anyway, so, yeah, this is the last episode of the year. We will be off next week and I believe the following week because it'll be New Year's.
Yes.
Maybe we'll sneak a show in there. Maybe on a different day other than Tuesday.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll
do something.
We'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know. Either way, we will keep you in the loop. But as far as next week, this guy right here is gonna be in Florida. I don't know where you're gonna be, man.
I'll be right here in Austin, Texas.
Oh well, hey, you can come in on your own and do the show. I'm gonna be kicking it down in Boca Raton, man. It's gonna be great. Nice. But yeah, so this is our last show, and so we're gonna try and make it a good one. We'll talk about some investment in yourself. We're gonna be doing some style consultations, and then of course, we've always got the giveaway going on down in the description. I don't need to explain this because I do it every single week. All the instructions are down there. Enter in there, put your name, whatever. Get back on in here, and you got the chance to win one of 3 $50 gift cards to the Beardbrand website. That'll be, like a nice little holiday gift if you win that. There you go. From us to you. How generous.
Yeah. And don't forget, if you're just tuning in for the first time.
Absolutely.
This is actually the Tuesday Alliance Show.
It is, sir.
We host this every Tuesday right here on our Beardbrand YouTube channel, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, sir.
It goes live on our YouTube channel, but the extra bonus is that if you do not get a chance to join us on Tuesday,
that's right.
This episode, every episode actually, is available on iTunes and Spotify.
We're on Spotify now.
And SoundCloud.
Yep.
So,
Big three.
So if you're not able to join, or if you're only able to join for half of the show or the back end of the show, be sure to catch up on one of those 3 platforms by way of podcast. And if you're listening for the first time on podcast, we'd invite you to hang out with us on Tuesday.
And welcome,
at some point, just not next week.
Not next week because we won't be here.
Or the week after.
Or the week after.
Perhaps the week after. We'll see. All right.
Maybe a New Year's Eve show.
Yeah. Well, who knows? We'll see. Anyway, so with that being said, why don't we get in some style consultations?
Let's do it, man.
So we're doing this a little bit different today. We usually have like this monitor in front of us, but now we're going to be using our laptop. So if you see us like looking over here, we've actually got these messages that guys have sent in. So what this essentially is, if you've never heard, I'm sure a lot of you probably know this, and we're like broken records, but What style consultations are, people will send in their pictures with some descriptions. That's their name, if they're comfortable sharing it, of course. Their age, which plays a big factor in this. We really would appreciate if you send that. How long you've been growing your hair and your beard for, and then what you want to get out of your style consultation. Are you trying to grow your beard longer? Do you want to try out a different style? Are you looking for some fashion advice? Anything under the sun, man.
Head hair, no head hair, beard, no beard.
We welcome all, man.
We prefer you with clothes, so please send your photos with your clothes on.
Yeah, stop sending those shirtless pictures. You know who you are.
But no, seriously, man. If you anything you need related to style advice or beard, like Jack was saying, let us know what you're growing
we'll help
for,
you out.
and we'll definitely you'll be featured, or you'll have a chance to be featured right here on the live stream during our live style consultations. It's your best way to get feedback directly from Beardbrand, from
live
here,
on
from
the
us.
air. Yep.
And I think we'll be sharing some follow-ups actually of some
Yeah,
guys
we're gonna kick it off with
who have
follow-up.
sent their photos in, and then also be aware. One last tidbit of information, as I like to say.
Yeah,
is we'll try to reach out to you to let you know when you're going to be featured on the stream.
That way you can tune in and get your stuff right there.
Style@beardbrand.com. Send your photos, send your story, and let's connect.
Yeah, man. And these are chosen at random, by the way, by Josh Lawson, who's running the stream. We have never seen these before. We are just now pulling them up on our laptops. And what will happen is Josh is going to read the emails that these guys have sent in, and then we will look at the pictures. One of us will describe what they look like for all you audio listeners, and then the other guy will start off the style consultation. All right? We got first one on deck is a follow-up, actually, isn't it? So, Josh, who do we have?
Yeah, we were going to talk about Rasmus, I think.
This is Rasmus. So, Rasmus, in case you guys didn't see last week's episode, he was featured there. Okay. I recommend you either go back and listen to it or go back and watch it because it's a really good style consultation. What we have here is what he sent us back after Sylvester and Eric gave him some style advice.
Oh, that's right.
So we have
I wasn't
two
on the
photos.
stream. Yeah.
So this is number one. Whenever you guys are ready for number two, I have that as well.
Cool.
Okay.
So number one, just for our audio listeners, this is a photo that he sent in last week, right, Josh?
Or are these are both follow-ups?
These are both follow-ups.
Okay, so these are the follow-ups. All right.
Yeah, that's why I recommended you go back and watch / listen to last week's episode.
Hey, a little plug for last week's episode. Are you just plugging it because I wasn't on it? That's what it is. He was all happy that Eric was on, and I was sick. No, okay. So what's going on with Rasmus this week, man? You got the message? Yeah, what's going on, dude?
All right. I'm pretty sure he contacted Sylvester when he sent in this follow-up.
Yeah. He just so Rasmus basically just wanted to share his follow-up.
Okay.
So I don't know, Josh. Maybe last week I think. So what had happened here was Rasmus had grown out his beard for a period of time.
Yeah.
And he hadn't trimmed it. He hadn't done anything to it. He had actually grown his hair and his beard out.
Okay.
And he sent a photo over to style@beardbrand.com, just like we were talking a minute ago.
Yeah.
And he let us know his things, the
gave
three
us
things
the
that we were
things we
asking
asked
for.
for.
He let us know. And then Eric and I kind of just chatted about it last week in the live stream. And we gave him some feedback, and he collaborated. He took that feedback and collaborated with his local barber in the area.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear.
And so this was the result of that collaboration and that consultation. Mm-hmm. And hell, man, I think it looks pretty damn good.
It's a slick look, man.
It's a really
I really
slick
do
look.
like that. So why don't we start off with the message then from our friend Rasmus? You got that, Josh?
Yeah, I have that. Just give me a second.
Sweet. All right.
I'm not sure if he sent much.
That's all good.
Yeah, because Sylvester had sent me his post on the Alliance, so I got to pull that up.
Okay. It's
No
okay
worries.
if you don't have it, Josh.
I don't have that ready.
There's not
Okay,
much
no
there.
no
That's
worries.
okay.
We can just kick it off with the picture then.
Yeah,
You wanna
I
go
got
ahead?
it.
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Quick.
There we go.
Okay. Hey, man. Thanks for the great podcast yesterday.
Hey.
Sorry, it was a little bit echo in my ear, so I'm talking real slow.
You're good.
Also, loved the style consultation I got. This morning, I went to the barber, and I'm so happy with the results. I told the barber about some of your tips. He came with input and made a look with that highlights my strengths. Never thought I could have a big beard, Brzezinski style, without the mustache and everything.
Yeah.
The barber proved me wrong. The barber helped me with ways of straightening my curly beard on a daily basis, so that will help a lot. Finally feel like I found my style. Thank you guys for the Alliance community. Looking forward to keep on growing with you guys in the future.
Hey,
All right.
I like that. All right. Do you want to kick it off and describe what Rasmus looks like?
Yeah, so just so you guys know, for our audio listeners out there, so I was saying Rasmus actually had some pretty long hair. He'd been growing out his beard for a while, And what the takeaway from that was to come back and he did a really nice skin fade on the side, which actually suits him really well.
It does. It's a
nice skin fade. So going from from where about the
high
sideburns start,
and tight, yeah.
Very high, very tight, and then he's got I don't know, is this a pompadour, Jack?
I would call that a pompadour based on the kind of widow's peak hairstyle hairline that he's got, actually.
Yeah, and then maybe I don't know if it's kind of a side part actually too in the other photo that he sent over. So it's pretty long on top. I would say this is about maybe 4 inches.
He left a good amount on there.
4 to 5 inches on top, if
it
not
at least
maybe
reaches
a little
the
longer.
back of the head.
And it's skin fade to the top, side part, kind of pompadour style. So it's quiffed a little bit up on top.
There it is.
Hey, and man, holy hell, dude! I really love the volume in the hair.
Yeah.
So there is pretty gnarly volume. And then moving on to the beard, he kept the mustache. It does maybe look like he trimmed some of the flyaways. But like he mentioned in his follow-up, his barber helped him with some ways to straighten out that curly beard. My takeaway last week was that he should work with those curls if he continued to grow.
Yeah.
But at this length, with this trim, the way they straightened it, the way he showed him to straighten it, I think works really well.
It really does, and it looks great. I mean, he was concerned about getting that big Brzezinski kind of like massive style, and it looks like he's achieved that even with the smaller mustache. That barber knocked it out of the park. I gotta get this guy's information. We gotta get this guy in film.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but Rasmus, I really am glad with what you did with the beard and with the hair. It looks really good.
So, hey, man, Rasmus, if you're watching today, thanks for sending that follow-up. And any of our guys who we offer advice to, if you want to send your follow-up to style@beardbrand.com.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know, man.
Yeah.
We'd love to see those photos, those before and after photos, and maybe we can feature you here on the stream as well at some point.
Absolutely. All right, with that being said, we don't really have a style consultation for this guy, but
this
why
guy
don't we,
did it.
let's just gong it anyway. Oh, all right, well.
That's a good
I've
one.
had
That
better
was a good
gongs
one.
in my
That was
day.
a good one.
All right.
All right,
Hang
this
on.
guy has 2 photos.
Okie doke. This
It's
is
kind of like before and after a haircut / beard trim.
Is this Joshua?
Yes, this is Josh. Other Josh, not me.
Other Josh, not you, Josh.
Correct.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Josh.
Hey, Josh.
This isn't me. This is another Josh.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm 27 years old from Denmark. Or
Okay.
Denmark? I think Denmark.
Denmark. Denmark.
I've been, it's spelled Denmark, but I think it's Denmark.
Okay.
Apologize for my English tongue.
Oh, there you go.
I've been having a short beard for the last 3 years, but I had to... All right.
Just run this through a translator, I guess.
It's okay.
Maybe. That's okay. I'm really sorry.
No, it's okay.
But had to let it grow longer for the last 2 months.
Sure.
I'm quite happy with the way my mustache looks, and will probably let it grow longer and thicker.
Okay.
But what I'm concerned about is the thin, patchy area growth on my cheeks.
Okay.
Should I let it grow out?
Huh.
Question mark. I appreciate the work you guys do. It's great to know that there's an entire community with great knowledge of beard and style. Keep on the good work. Best regards, Josh.
Okay, Josh, so which ones are we looking at? Are we looking at these first 2 pictures?
No, 2 and 5.
2 and 5. So the one where his hair is looking a little bit longer, and then the very last picture in this message.
Correct.
Okay. So I will begin. This is a before and after his haircut situation.
I assume so. Yes.
So why don't we describe this this last picture where he's had the haircut? Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So I will begin by describing this.
Go for it.
All right, so Joshua is a strapping young man of 27 years old. He has got sort of an oval-shaped face with a good structured jaw. There's actually some good structure throughout the entire face. He's rocking what I'd kind of call, well, let's say maybe a circle beard, but there is a tiny bit. Actually, no. Well, yeah, let's call it a circle beard for the sake of this discussion. But in some other photos he sent us, you can see a little bit of Van Dyke forming.
Definitely.
But let's talk about that underneath. So there is quite a bit of growth underneath the jawline. It's a little bit sparse and a little bit scraggly, and it does creep up a little bit onto the cheeks. Mm-hmm. Not very far, not much farther than maybe a little bit where the jawbone is. Okay? He's got it real nice and trimmed on the sides of his head, getting up into sort of a low taper fade, keeping it longer on top, though, and slick back and over, okay? Kind of in a similar fashion to how our buddy Rasmus was doing, but not as pompadour, you know? A little bit more natural looking. Looks like if he's got any product in there, it's sort of a matte style, okay? It has sort of a, kind of a, don't want to say David Bowie look, but there's something in there, maybe just a tiny bit of a Bowie to it. But other than that, he's against a white background, wearing a black shirt, and let's get into the style consultation, man.
Yeah, man. So Josh, I'm just going back through and looking at some of these photos and that you sent in, and dude, like, so you and I classify myself in the same category. I say this all the time for some of our guys that send in photos, but this is what I would call a patchy beard.
You call this a patchy beard?
And so I put myself in the same category. But dude, what I really want to point out, Josh, is this is what I would say when I say, hey, work with what you got and highlight or highlight the areas that you can grow the most.
Absolutely.
This is what that means.
He's doing it well.
He's doing it the right way, in my opinion. The sides, I probably would actually keep that at scruff. I wouldn't grow that. I would keep that at scruff. So
now, when you say the sides, are you talking about the cheeks?
I'm talking about the sideburn down to the cheek, underneath the jaw, right there.
Yeah.
And I would really continue working that mustache and that goatee.
I like how he's got it curled up like that in some of the pictures.
I like the flexibility of being able to curl out the mustache and also keep it down. I actually prefer it probably down.
Yeah.
I like the way it kind of.
It looks fuller when it's down.
It looks fuller.
It's got kind of a unique look when it's
curled
up.
And it also accentuates his facial features.
It does. It works better with the face overall when it's down.
But what's really neat is that if you want to switch up the style on a certain day and rock what you said, a Van Dyke.
Yeah, which is one of my personal favorite
You would
styles.
have the ability to do that. Now, what I would just suggest or recommend is just keeping mind of the area on the chin where that grows. You want to keep that nice and tight.
Yeah, it is getting a little bit thick.
Whether that's a trim every 2 weeks, depending on how fast your hair grows, or if it's every week. I personally like to go in for a maintenance check every week.
Yep.
But I would just keep that in line a little bit and keep the mustache nice and flowy.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Nice and going, and then you can also, like, on certain days you can curl it out, some days you can keep it down. But if you really want to make a statement, curl it out. Yeah. But I would keep the sides trim, keep that down. The hairstyle, man, I think the hairstyle looks pretty rad.
I think it's pretty killer. Yeah, I like that hairstyle.
I would recommend maybe and it looks like you may already be using this. I could be wrong, but I like the style. I would keep the style as it is, and you might be using sea salt spray. But if you don't, it looks like you have very similar hair texture to Eric Banholt's.
Yeah, it's kind of finer.
And it's a little more fine, and so the sea salt spray is going to help give you some volume on days when you're looking to get more volume out of that.
I like the way he's wearing it, though. The fades and not fade. Yeah, it's not really a fade. It's more like a crop on the side.
Yeah,
works well to highlight the structure in his face. I like that.
Yeah.
As I look at the beard style a little bit more when the mustache is down, it kind of looks like how Tom Hardy was wearing it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the bigger mustache and the kind of not unruly but more of a wild goatee. Now, if I was going to suggest he goes in the direction of Tom Hardy, I would completely take down those sides and the underneath.
Yeah, I mean, just my personal recommendation would be to keep those pretty short, almost to the point where... If
he is going to keep it, keep it really tight.
Keep it to the point where you don't see the line. So that's probably a 1 guard, 2 guard, maybe at most. But I would keep that nice and clean. But, this actually is a look. This is also a style.
He wears it really well.
And that you rock pretty well, too. So if you're feeling confident with what you've got there, then keep doing that. I honestly... My only takeaway is to accentuate the highlights or accentuate the areas where you grow the most. And, man, you're knocking that out of the park by my standards. So, nice work.
And as I say, I think one of the best parts about this is the fact that he's got a neat hairstyle, and that works well if you want to let the beard get a little bit more wild.
I agree.
You want to have those contrasting styles, okay? So, Joshua, I think that gets it into the bag, and I think that's a style consultation complete.
Yeah, man.
Gong 'em.
Keep on growing.
And thanks for sending in your stuff, man. Good pictures. All right.
So the next email is from Steve. Or Steven.
Steve.
If you want to be official.
Okay.
The image we're using is that last one that he included in the email.
The very last one.
Yes.
Okay. Where he's wearing the gold chain sort of thing? Okay.
Like the earbuds.
Okay. Oh, those are earbuds. I thought that was a chain. Okay. Holy mustache.
And the email is as follows.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Steve. I submitted
Steve.
pictures once, but then you skipped over me because I must have looked too similar to someone else that submitted because you skipped over me since you thought I was a repeat.
Hey, Steve, I guess my beard makes... be salty.
I guess beards make similar looking guys look even more similar. Ha ha ha. Anyway, I've rocked the beard stash for a long time, which is a look I like. I've been debating growing my beard out longer for the winter. Currently, it's the longest it's been in a year and a half.
God, I like this first picture.
But when I get around this point, my beard stops growing downwards and start growing out.
Yep. Okay.
Also included a picture of me with just the stash in July, just for fun. Any advice would be great.
God damn, this is such a killer style.
I know. When I saw this come through, and I'm like, I can't wait to
excited
feature
about this one. All right, do you want to describe?
Yeah, I will. What's the first photo there, Jack, that he's got?
This one, they can't see that one.
Damn. Okay, because it reminds me. It reminds me of the same outfit, and he may be trying to portray it.
Yeah.
Of I can't remember his name. The quarterback for.
Oh. You talking about Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, he does look like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I was like,
wait a minute.
Oddly enough, hang on. He in his email he says, "P.S. I'm not Ryan Fitzpatrick."
Are you kidding me? There he is. Oh my God! I was gonna say this dude's a dead ringer for Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's incredible, dude. That's great. Okay, so we're Sylvester. The picture they can see is that one right there. So you want to describe that, and then man,
yeah. So
I'm going to attempt to offer this man some advice.
So Steven has got some pretty gnarly growth.
He's got some
beard,
serious growth, my man.
As you can see in the live stream, and for our audio listeners, you should definitely take an opportunity to come back to this live stream and check out this photo. But Steven's got a pretty full beard. This is not a patchy beard by my standard at all.
I would not.
And he has been growing out that mustache for a very, very, very long time.
Oh yeah.
Without any trimming, without any touching. So it is pretty long. I would say that would go maybe beyond the bottom of his chin.
It kind of looks like Eric Banholtz's mustache.
Like,
a while back.
Yeah, a while back, right? When he just lets the thing
when
grow.
that thing was just massive, yeah.
Yeah, and so Steven is rocking a pretty full beard. He sent over a few photos and some different styles in each photo, which I appreciated that.
Yeah, I do like that.
And so big mustache, big beard. The color of his hair is probably like a dirty blonde. Is what I would say, right? Is that fair?
Yeah.
And Steven's got blue eyes and again, good complexion in his skin, in contrast to the hair tone. And then he's got a pretty short fade on the sides. This looks like it's been grown out in this photo, so I'd say
it might have a day or two.
He may have had a skin fade, but it's already grown out just a little bit. But it is pretty close on the side. Yeah. And then he's doing a side part. Here as well, and but it looks a little like maybe he had just run his fingers through his hair at this point.
A little bit.
But yeah, man, he's rocking a blue polka dotted with a bird print on
is that what that is?
Yeah, it is a printed shirt.
I thought those were old Paisleys.
And it's he's got to be jamming to some really good music. It's making him feel really good.
You know what, Steve? Let me level with you for a second. I'm actually really jealous because this is exactly the type of beard that I want. That's pretty spot on. I would love to have this big killer mustache that you're rocking right now. So if you're listening to me right now, don't you dare touch that thing. And if you have, come on, man, let's grow that thing back because that thing is a sight to behold. I like that. That is unique. And I like that picture that you sent earlier, that it's just you with the mustache. We might have to post that somewhere on social media or something like that. I don't know. That's a great picture. He's doing a thumbs up. He's kind of got like this old school baseball player look to him. And he's got the big curls in that mustache. And it's just the mustache. But
old school wrestler.
A little bit. Yeah, right? A little bit like an old school wrestler. All right. But in terms of this picture right here, man, this guy is follically blessed, right? And he looks like he's got a pretty killer trim on that beard. It fades in perfectly to that fade. I don't really see any flyaways. The only area I see where maybe we could get a little bit more action is with the mustache at the ends. I'm seeing a little bit of flyaway action where maybe a scissor could come in and just clean that up barely. Or alternatively, get a little bit of mustache wax or styling balm in there, and that'll control that a lot more because I think what's happening right now is it's either natural or you've got a very, very, very faint product in there where you really can't see what's going on, or you're using a good product and just not enough of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the hair upstairs, though. Okay. We might split hairs on this because I think that Steve should actually grow out the sides a little bit more. I do get what you're going for with the almost like a European skin fade where there's a little bit of a disconnect. But Steve, I think you would look a little bit better with. I see this older picture that you sent us where you're kind of rocking the Ryan Fitzpatrick look. You got the longer hair on the sides, and I think that looks a little bit better with this beard style. I'd like to see a little bit more hair, maybe at least an inch on the sides, right, as it connects into that beard. Because with you, I think it just kind of suits the face shape better with a little bit more hair going on. Okay, I'm not to say that you need to give up on the fade. Hey, I'm a big fan of the fade, but I'd like to see you try something else out. Just in case.
I mean, my takeaway is on the haircut is you had the ability to change it up. So
absolutely,
I think the point is that both hairstyles look pretty gnarly on you, and I do agree. Like in the fall and the wintertime, I think it should be a little longer.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to necessarily be skin fade if you don't want, but yeah, change it up, grow it out, change up the style, and then in the summertime maybe go back to a nice little fade. Skin fade like you've got in the photo that we're looking at now.
He could even go for a crop in the summertime because he's got that good hairline where it's essentially just straight across.
Yeah,
so you can get away with that really well.
What I would recommend is a couple of things from a product standpoint. Is it looks a little weighed down. It looks a little wet. The hair does.
Okay.
So I probably would recommend for sure sea salt spray and for sure a blow dryer.
Okay.
And also some styling balm.
Ooh, yeah.
Carlos has incredible head hair, and he shows how you can rock two different cuts. One cut two different ways,
which is actually kind of a similar haircut to this one that Steve's wearing.
Exactly, and I think it'd be advantageous for you to look that up and see how Carlos maybe works his those products into his routine. And then for the beard, I would agree. Working some mustache wax,
just into the ends.
At the
very least,
the mustache. This particular mustache, I think, is pretty up there with
some of the greats.
With goals, right?
Yeah, right.
It's a really gnarly mustache, and that's coming from somebody who rocks a mustache. But I think you could definitely visit a very, very trusted barber if you have one, and he's just going to help. Restore some health to that mustache. It's gonna,
especially if there's some split ends on there.
Yeah,
maybe some dead ends.
It needs a little bit of TLC, right, as we like to say.
Yeah, especially as it reaches that terminal stage. You want to introduce at least a trim every 3 months, 2 months, depending on your style.
Depending on the style, depending on what you're going for. But yeah, I would definitely do that. Not to take away from the mustache, only to make it look a little more fuller.
Yeah.
Only to give it some more shape and to complement the overall appearance of your style here.
Absolutely, and that's the benefit of a good trim every once in a while.
Exactly, and also the other one thing I wanted to make sure is to say is also consider working a blow dryer into your routine,
especially with a mustache like that.
Especially with a mustache like that, and especially with the texture of your hair. You've got appears to be pretty thick textured hair.
Looks like it.
And so using a blow dryer in your routine is really going to help give it some more shape and some more style. So
absolutely.
But I love the shirt, man. That's a great
good style.
That's a great
overall.
Shirt, great look. I definitely dig the first photo that you sent, the one that looked like Ryan Fitzpatrick. But every single photo that you sent over, man, it looks gnarly, and you're blessed because you can rock so many different looks and styles.
Absolutely. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, no,
Steven.
Man, I gotta tell you, still jealous of that beard. Tell me your secrets, man. All right. Besides that, let's gong 'em.
All right.
Consider that a style consultation in the bag. All right. Who are we on to now?
All right. Next. This is... Nope. This is El Nino?
Nino.
Okay.
Nino, yeah.
Nino.
Cool.
Yeah. What up, man?
Yeah.
Hello. I'm a real supporter.
All right.
I'm 23. Been growing my beard for 3.5 months, and I'm hoping for a large, gruffy beard with a prominent stash. Thanks.
Okay. Prominent stash.
There's only one photo.
Okay. Now, shall I believe it's my turn to describe our friend here.
Okay, yeah. Go for it.
Okay. So our friend, who I think that's just the subject line of the message. I don't think he gave us a specific name, which is all good. Like I said, you guys.
That's okay.
You guys do not have to give us your name if you're not comfortable sharing that. Okay, so we'll just call him Friendo. So Friendo here is rocking a sort of a natural beard right now, a more kind of a mustache with a split in the middle. I'd say it's sort of a not full blonde, but kind of a dirty blonde look. I need to up the brightness on my computer a little bit. There we go. Nice natural cheek line. I don't know if that he's been trimming that at all, or if that's just where it grows to. It's a little bit lower than, it kind of goes right to the jaw, but it looks really clean. Doesn't look like he had to shave that at all. It looks like he's just grown it right to there. And if he has shaved that at all, he's given himself an incredible shave. Mustache goes a little bit over the lips. Again, like I said, there is a part in the middle, a natural one, not one that he's put in there unless he's cut it really close. Beard kind of goes down into the middle, into almost a triangular shape, and it looks like there's a small bit of a curl down there at the bottom of the beard, just in the center. Okay, now up top, of course, he's got the close cropped sides on either side of his hair, and then on top, it's a little bit wild. He's got a little bit of a higher hairline, and the hair is pushed up just slightly. I don't know if that's just a little bit of a like a bedhead situation or maybe a little bit of product going wild in there, but overall, maybe we'll get into like a comb situation as we get into this style consultation. All right?
Yeah, man.
Ready to roll?
Yeah. So El Nino, I'm just going to go with
with the subject line of the email.
Line.
Okay.
But yeah, man, look, I would, congratulations. I want to first start off by saying congratulations on making it to the 3.5 month mark.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You know, that's well over 90 days of growing your beard. And that is no easy accomplishment. That's an incredible accomplishment. And so I want to give you kudos for that because that's incredible. Good job.
Some serious length in just that amount of time.
And if you're going for a big gruffy beard, I'm not sure what gruffy beard is, but my assumption is that you want a bigger, fuller beard.
Yeah,
and so
the lumberjack beard,
yeah. So the
Viking beard.
The recommendation I would have is keep growing.
Yeah.
Set out to grow for another 3.5 months, and you can do that incrementally.
Yeah.
You can say, hey, I'm going to grow this out for 30 more days and see what happens. And then through that 30 days, as you get closer to that 30-day mark, you can say, all right, hey, I'm ready to grow for another 30 days. And then you do that.
Yeah, man.
You do that for another 3 months, and soon enough, you will begin to really see that beard grow in a little bit more. And you just got to push through the awkward phases because you will. At that point, you're looking at 6 months, almost 7 months of growth.
And that's where it gets tricky.
And there's going to be some awkward phases in going in that second installment of 3 months, of 90 days.
Yeah, the latter half of a year, man, is where it really kind of takes its toll on you because you're going to see a lot, or it's not going to be slower growth, but it's going to seem like it's slower growth because you've got such a big beard at that point. And man, if your beard continues to grow like it already has in this 3.5 months, holy cow, you are in for one hell of a beard. At least in terms of length,
and,
right?
You know, if it were up to me, by my description, it looks like the mustache doesn't grow in as fast.
Yeah, it's taking its time.
It's kind of very similar to Jack in how, in that, like, your beard grows, your actual beard grows way faster than your mustache.
Yeah, than the mustache.
But I don't think that you have to count yourself out.
No, definitely not.
But keep growing, and you'll be able to see if your mustache will evolve and grow along with your beard over the next 3 months. Now, that said, you and I may split hairs on this one again.
Hey, that's all good.
But that's okay.
Hey, that's fine. That's why we're here.
I personally think that this length probably suits you the best. Actually, if you would go back, El Nino, and look at Rasmus's follow-up, his follow-up beard and style, I think very, very similar. You have very similar growth to Rasmus. Yeah, you know what? It kind of
does look kind of similar to that, actually.
So I would prefer that 3-month style beard.
Okay.
I think that would complement you the most. Keep the cheek lines really clean. Keep the bottom of that beard squared off.
Yeah.
And keep that mustache in check. And it doesn't have to necessarily be trimmed above the lip, but make sure that it's maintain
at least
some shape.
Maybe push to the side, because when you do that, it can make it look thicker, which is nice.
Yeah, exactly. And then for the head hair, it looks pretty weighed down, and maybe that's intentional. But dude, I say it, but your hair, I'll say it again, but your hair looks a little bit more on the medium to thinner textured style side of the aisle. And I would say sea salt spray is going to be your best friend.
Yeah,
it's going to give you a little bit of extra volume. It's not going to look as weighed down, and it's gonna, when you have your head hair in place, it really kind of, and then you have your beard in place, it really kind of brings that whole complete look for your style and your growth pattern there. That would be my recommendation. But dude, really, again, I want to reiterate that if you want a big gruffy beard, as you put it, you're just going to have to invest the next 3 months again.
You made it this far, man.
Yeah, you might as well keep
Let's
going.
go for mile 2. All right.
You have any thoughts, Jack?
No, I think you really did nail it. I do. At first when you mentioned the idea of going in for the beard trim, at this length, I was kind of, I don't know, I wasn't super down to clown with that. But now, as I look at it, I do like this length on him. It looks really good. Now with that mustache, as it's proven with this 3.5 months, I'm not sure how much bigger and thicker it'll get. Now, of course, it could surprise us all and just explode, in the next 3 months. But from experience, it typically doesn't. Yeah. And the way to remedy that is to kind of keep it in proportion with your beard. Now, if your beard grows massively like mine did and like this guy's did, the mustache can just end up seeming smaller and smaller and smaller. So if you do want to go in for that beard trim, it really genuinely, like Rasmus experienced, might make it look a lot thicker, okay? So that's just two knuckleheads' opinions. If you want to keep growing it out, man, I'd say power to you, because I think it's only going to get bigger and better, okay?
Yeah, man.
That being said, should we gong him?
Let's gong him.
Let's gong him. Woo!
Nice. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's get the next one going.
So let me ask this real quick. It's 2:35. Do we have enough time for one more?
Do we have enough time?
I think so.
Yeah, it's the last show of the year. Come on, we
all right.
Let's go one more.
All right. So this is our last guy for today.
This guy, another Danish guy.
Another Danish guy.
We got a lot of fans in Denmark.
I'm gonna butcher your entire email.
Here comes the butchering.
I'm an American, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, joke's on him. He spelled our company name wrong.
Anyway, hey Beardbrand, my name is Jesper. 21-year-old Danish guy here. Love your content.
Hey.
Never grown a beard before, and I might as well do it now because I just started university and my job allows it.
Yes.
I really hope someday I can grow a full beard and be that Danish Viking I dream about. However,
nice.
I'm just not there yet. I don't grow as much under my lip, and my right cheek is weaker than my left.
All right.
I always tried to grow a beard, but after the military, I've had 2 years total shaven, and I'm a bit surprised by myself. I can grow so much in 1 month compared to my teenage years.
Yeah, man.
How long before you think I can have a thick, full coverage beard?
Okay.
And what are your honest opinions?
Okay.
A bit tired after work and school. Sorry about that, Jesper.
Yeah, I know the feeling, man.
And the image shown is the front facing.
Cool. Which one's the front facing? Oh, there was a third one. I was like,
just scroll down.
Oh, that's a good picture. I like that. Okay. Will you describe this one and I'll kick us off?
So as we've been saying, Jasper is got kind of a dirty blonde hair.
A lot of blonde guys on the stream.
A lot of dirty
blondes.
Oh, you dirty blondes.
What are you guys doing?
And so it's in contrast to to his skin. It actually really it's nice because it's darker beard, if you will, against lighter skin.
Yeah.
And so Jasper's got blue eyes and again fair skin with darker colored hair. And as he mentioned, he is 21 and he is growing his beard out
for 21 years old.
Yeah, growing out his beard for the very first time. And so you can tell there are some patches in the beard. The most noticeable ones are kind of like mine, right beneath the bottom lip.
That's the typical one we normally see.
Which is the one we usually see.
Most guys have that.
And then on the side, there is a few patches on the side in the cheek area. And then,
namely, like right there in the center of the cheek. It's almost like a circular one, but it's pretty light.
And then Jasper does seem to have a receding hairline from what I can see.
The widow's peak.
But the widow's peak. But his hair is long enough to where it kind of covers.
It
covers
really
it depending on which side you look at it from. But he's grown out his hair. His hair's pretty long. I'd say it's probably about 4 inches, 3 inches in length on top, and the sides are not faded at all. The sides are also grown in as well.
Yeah.
But that's Jasper.
That's Jasper in a nutshell.
In a terrible verbal description from Sylvester.
We gotta have like someone describe these to us for like audio listeners or something like that. I would love to like watch a stream with no sound. Just I know I had the opportunity last week to just close my eyes while you guys were hosting it, but I had to watch it just because I wanted to see what it looked like.
Nice.
I'd love to just listen to it without knowing what these guys look like, and then like listen to you guys describe it and go like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then actually see the picture and it looks nothing like them.
That's awesome.
All right, whatever. I'm just going on a tangent. Anyway, so Jesper, let me style consult you, or at least kick one off. So, man, I really dig what you're working with, man. And you know what? I love when dudes tell us that this is the first time growing the beard.
I know, right?
I love that. There's something really cool about that. And he's just sounds like he's gotten a job that's letting him grow out the beard, which is kick ass. And I love that. I'm loving that more workplaces are allowing beards. And you know what, man? Jesper's keeping it really nice. It's actually really trimmed. The only area, I know you guys can't really see this, so I'm using my secret third picture you guys can't see. But he's got a little bit of a longer growth underneath the jawline where I would maybe go through with the scissors to keep it in proportion with the rest of the beard, because the rest of the beard is growing a little bit slower. But in terms of growth right now, it's actually really good for 21 years old.
Yeah.
I like that mustache. It's interesting because it's kind of a thinner one, but it's full, right?
Yeah.
And I think as he grows it, it's going to be really similar to yours, Sylvester, the way it kind of hangs down over yours, where it's right there on the top of the lip.
Right.
It doesn't go fully up the lip skin, as we want to call it, right? But it just kind of hangs out right above the lip. And it's nice because I think as it grows out, it'll actually help with the rest of the beard, because the rest of the beard looks like it's going to take a little bit longer to grow in versus that mustache. But the nice part is, because it's lighter, I think he can get away with these patches, right? Namely, these ones in the cheeks. I think if he just continues to grow that out, he really doesn't need to be super mindful of those, because the mustache, for one, will take everyone's eye right to that. And then two, because the hair is lighter, they're not going to notice it. You know, it's not going to be as blatant as if the hair was black or something like that. So one of the things I will mention, though, is if you're going to keep it for work right now, go in stages and be clear with your higher ups. Make sure you're keeping it nice and trim, because you don't want to, test the waters by growing the full-on yeared right away, right? You don't want to go with full wild man. Keep this thing kind of under control, feel things out, and as you get a little bit more comfortable in this role, then you can start letting the beard grow out a little bit longer and a little bit longer. Now, I don't think that you're going to go for the full Viking beard at 21 years old, okay? Yeah. I don't think that's in the cards right now, and that's all good. You've got plenty of time. Yeah, I mean, I guarantee you, any picture you look at a Viking, I don't think a Viking's 21 years old in the picture you're looking at, right?
Yeah.
So,
my takeaway, Jack, is for Jesper.
Jesper, yeah.
My takeaway is at 21, number one, your beard is going to look different at 22. Yeah, like it's going to look different when you're 28, like it's going to look different when you're 31. So,
dude, give it 2 years and it might look completely different.
Yeah, give it a few months, it could look really different. But yeah, my recommendation here is, this is your beard at this age.
Yeah. It's a great style.
And it's a great style. So my recommendation is to rock this. This is your beard right here.
Yeah.
Rock this and give it some, while you're giving it some more time. Mm-hmm. And so like in a couple of years or in a year, then you can say, hey, I'm gonna set out to grow for 3 months without touching it and see what happens. Mm-hmm. And then reach back out to us and we'll give you some guidance from there. But I do think that this beard, this is the time you've invested at 21.
Yep.
This is your beard at 21.
And it's a good style,
and it's a good beard. And so I would just keep like Jack said, keep the cheek lines in check.
Yep.
Keep the neckline in check.
Absolutely.
And then you're kind of in that awkward phase depending on what you're going to do with your mustache. If it were me, I probably would keep that pretty nice and trim above, right at the lip line.
Yep.
Not the bottom lip.
The top lip.
The top of the lip. I'd keep that nice and clean.
Especially in a workplace, yeah.
I'd also consider, so you've got a receding hairline, and that doesn't mean you have to cut it off at all. In fact, there are really good styles out there that you could use.
Good, like a side part.
Think of Daniel Craig. Think of not Jude Law. Jude Law is
a little bit more exaggerated.
Really more thin.
that's almost
But I would say look at guys like Daniel Craig. He's got a really good hairstyle, and he rocks kind of a receding hairline, but doesn't cut it completely off.
Even Patrick Wilson rocks a pretty good one. So if you want to look up that, he's got a pretty good one.
But yeah, that short beard that you've got now with a nice clean haircut, dude, I think that would look pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That would give you a little more. It would make you, not that you're trying to look older, but it would give you just that more class,
little bit of a mature edge.
Yeah, that little mature edge that could really go a long way in a professional world. Maybe even a dating world if you're down for that.
Hey.
And so maybe the older girls will come flocking to you.
There you go, man. And you know what? If you want some inspiration, I've been looking at this picture of your beard a little bit longer. Look at Chris Pratt's beard. He rocks a pretty good variation of what you've got right now. So use him as some inspiration if you want to, take a note from a celebrity. Okay? Anything else?
I think that's it.
Said? All right.
Let's gong them.
Last style consultation of 2018, man.
Is that in the books?
That's in the books.
Here we go.
There it is. All right. Are we back in our big square? I can't see myself anymore, and I love it.
And to celebrate being back in the big old square, rectangle technically.
What's up? What's going on?
I have a giveaway winner.
Oh, you did? Damn, it's already time for the giveaway.
Oh, it's 2:45.
Yeah. Oh, we're pushing our luck here. All right, who do we have as our first giveaway?
Rand and I are going to tag team this.
All right.
So I'm going to say it, and she's going to put it in chat.
Okay.
Cool.
So the first winner that I have is Greg Turbeville.
Hey, Greg Turbeville from the Alliance.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Greg. Hey,
Greg. What's up,
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, what is up, man? Sweet. Oh, I don't even see in the chat. Okay.
It'll be a second.
Well, it's going to take a second.
Yeah.
Rand working off of that library internet, as we call it. Anyway. Oh, there it is. Okay. So there you go. Greg, you are winner number 1. You do not have to be present, although I feel like you might be present.
I think he might be.
Who knows?
Here.
Maybe he's... Oh, there he is. Doesn't even matter. You are still winner number 1. All right.
Congratulations.
So, with that being said, we might not even have to worry about questions and answers today. I think we can just dive right into our main topic, and that is.
I think if we go a little bit over time, it's okay.
You know what? I was going to say the same thing, man. I don't care. I don't have anywhere to be.
Craig actually suggested at the beginning of the stream. Hey, Craig.
What's up, Craig?
He was like, hey, this should be a 2-hour stream since you're not going to be on for Christmas.
I know. I was going to say, dude.
Does that mean it needs to be a 3 hours?
Yeah, right.
If we could do it, we would try. Our camera would die.
Yeah.
Unless you want to just... we could do a podcast.
We won't do it.
No.
We won't do it.
But maybe eventually if we switch over to a completely audio version of this.
Maybe.
We could go for 3 hours. Who knows?
Man.
We'll interview people or whatever. But no, so what I wanted to talk about today was, the title of this one is Invest in Yourself, or invest in others like you invest in your beer. Okay?
Yeah.
And what that essentially means is, as we kind of teased at the beginning, a lot of you guys who are just coming hot off the heels of No Shave November or Movember, if you're nasty, you may be having your first beard of your life, right? And you might be going home if you're younger for the first time with this newfound beard, or, you're visiting relatives who may not have ever seen you with the beard before. So that's going to be a little bit interesting. Now, namely, this one kind of incepted itself into my mind because, of course, I was thinking of myself, right? And the last time my parents saw me, I was well into the year, right?
Yeah.
I had that big gnarly year, and it was towards the end of it, right? It was back in April, and they haven't seen me since then. Okay, so they kind of expected me to, have a smooth face, and here we are.
Yeah.
December's come around, and I decided to grow the beard out again. I'm telling you, man, I'm actually really excited. I think I'd like to take it a little bit longer, maybe get up to about the week 13 mark of where I was last year. Just a little bit more, and then I'll probably trim it down and let the mustache catch up. But I think it's one of those things where when you get into those situations where you're interacting with people who've never seen you with a beard before, and this can go into a new hairstyle or a new wardrobe style, people can be a little bit hesitant, right? But all you really need to do in that situation is use what I like to say, my 2 favorite words that I always tell everyone is clear communication. And I want you guys to know this because when you're doing this, you want to tell them that you've done some investment. You've done some investment in yourself, right? You've invested the time to grow out this beard, and you've invested the time to take care of this beard. And so what we wanted to get at with this episode is that because you've invested this time in your beard, why not take a little bit of that energy that you may have just found out how to use in investing in yourself and use that energy to invest in others, right? Because isn't that kind of what the holidays is about? It's not a selfish time.
Yeah, the tagline here at Beardbrand is to keep on growing.
Absolutely,
right?
man.
And we are big believers in the fact that if you there's such an empowerment when you invest in yourself, right? When you take care of yourself, because guys are constantly investing in their businesses or investing in their families or investing in their loved ones or in their relationships, in their spouses. In their children and in school. And there's an investment in yourself while going to school, of course, but you're so caught up in the investment that you don't take time to really care for yourself. And there's such a powerful message and there's such a powerful transformation that can come from investing in yourself. But there's equally on the same playing field at the same level, there's such a powerful thing that happens when you've taken time to invest in yourself.
Absolutely.
And then you take the time to invest into somebody else.
And you give back.
Yeah, and you give back what you've been pouring in your bucket. It's good to take what you've been pouring in yourself and give that to someone else.
Absolutely, because you kind of learned this new way to take care of yourself. You're like, well, hey, why don't I kind of spread that joy to someone else? And I wanted to tie that back into the Alliance because I noticed with the new Alliance challenge, it was the act of kindness, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so did you want to speak to that a little bit and not only what the Alliance is, but what this challenge is that we're proposing to the Alliance members?
So the Alliance is basically, the Alliance is a private community here at Beardbrand of guys who believe in investing in themselves.
Absolutely.
But it's a private place for guys to talk about style, talk about grooming
and lifestyle too, which is great.
Beards, hair, body.
Essentially an extension of what we do here.
Yeah, it's an extension of what we do here, but it's also a place to grow beyond the beard and talk about things about how you can become the best version of yourself.
Absolutely.
And so that's the Alliance. If you want more information about the Alliance, check out the link in the description.
It's down in the description, yeah.
And you can go to beardbrand.com and go to the Represent tab and then check out Alliance membership. But that is where you can get more information there, and we would encourage you to consider looking at that. Yeah. It is a really incredible spot. It's been around for about 4 months now.
Isn't that wild?
And it's a grow. Every day we're growing.
Yeah.
And so check out the Alliance. But yeah, we issued out a challenge to the Alliance this month. So every month we issue out monthly challenges, and those challenges aren't challenges where you have to necessarily hurry up and go through them.
Oh yeah, no.
The challenges are intended to as a place for you to process them, and then when you feel satisfied from the challenge, then you can share that experience. But this one is about the act of kindness and how you can. How you can empower someone else, and you can empower yourself actually by performing an act of kindness.
Oh,
and
yeah, man.
You can pay it forward. I mean, that's the most common one, right? But you can also think about like wheeling out your neighbor's trash.
Yeah, it can be something as small as that.
It can be something super small, but very powerful and very thoughtful. Yeah. And you can do, one of the other examples we gave was maybe send an encouraging email or text message to a random friend.
Yeah, someone you haven't talked to in a while.
Maybe somebody you haven't talked to in a while, or somebody you do talk to on a regular basis.
Maybe you haven't said anything nice to them in a while.
And just say, hey man, just thinking about you, thinking about your family, thinking about whatever they're going through, and send them some words of encouragement and uplifting. Or, I think the other one was paying somebody a meaningful or unexpected compliment. Now I like this one.
That one goes a long way.
Because that one goes a long way.
I like that one a lot.
And somebody can really tell when you're disingenuous and you're just,
like, hey,
when
nice
you're bullshitting, they know like, hey, okay, that was weird.
Hey, great mustache, Sylvester.
But when you yeah, right. When you great nipples, Jack.
Hey, whoa.
But when when you take the time and you're open to that experience, it can be a powerful transaction.
Oh yeah, I mean, a great example of that would be just in the YouTube comments, right? Can just be this absolute cesspool sometimes. But then if you go on your own videos sometimes and you see one that's just like, hey, really appreciate the work you guys put into this stream today or into this video today, and I'm like, yes.
It goes a long way.
Yeah, it really does. That makes everything worth it,
And we could get into more, but there's like it's scientifically proven that performing acts of kindness can lead to like other like stimulation of your mind.
Within yourself,
better energy, and
it's like you give a little, you get a little bit back.
Exactly,
psychologically.
So, we take this time out of the year. So every month out of the year, we're constantly talking about, hey, invest in yourself, take care of yourself.
You.
And while you still should do that, we want to make sure that we take an opportunity during this holiday season to invest in your families, invest in a random person that you don't know, invest in a friend that you're very close to, invest in a coworker.
Maybe one of the people here in the chat, maybe people in the Alliance.
Exactly. Invest in a coworker or invest in somebody in the chat, like Jack said. Man, it's I think it's super critical, super important that we talk about investing externally instead of internally.
Absolutely.
For guys who are just going home for the first time and they've barely grown out their beard, this would be an opportunity for you to share that experience and show that act of kindness.
That lesson.
And for the guys maybe that are a little more experienced, a little more seasoned, they've had their beard or they've been growing their beard, so it's not a topic of conversation anymore.
Sure.
Show how you can go out of your way and be a light to your family and be a light to those around you.
Yeah, absolutely, because that's, as we get back to it, the heart of what I think the holidays are really about.
Absolutely.
Right? Giving back to others at this nice time at the end of the year. All right, and speaking of giving back to others, shall we give out a gift card to our lovely viewers?
Yeah, you ready for number 2?
I'm ready for number 2.
Number 2 is GP.
GP, I like that. Just 2 strong letters is our second winner. Is that it? It's just 2 letters, just G and P? Mm-hmm. All right, GP, you are our second winner. Okay, winner number 2. Gong 'em. And by the way, they do not need to be present.
Yeah, man, you don't have to be present to be a winner.
Hey, we're giving out things left and right over here.
Yeah, man. Just make sure when we kick this back off at the start of the year, or maybe we'll do a surprise show.
Who knows?
Be sure to enter your name into the giveaway. It does close at 2:45.
It does.
Eastern Standard Time, so 3:45. Eastern Standard Time.
That's what it is. You were saying Central.
Central. I've been programming myself to say Eastern instead of Central.
I know. We try and get ourselves on that clock, right?
So, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
Is when that closes.
All right, man. And with that being said, why don't we get into some of these questions? I know we opened up a question on the Alliance. We started the thread, or at least you did, right?
We did, yeah, and it's so new.
Yeah, it's still new. So there's only one really big one that we want to kind of get to today. But you opened up an Ask Us Anything thread.
Yeah, so if you're a member in the Alliance, you can basically ask any question that you want in this thread. It can be grooming related. It can be maybe how to
style, lifestyle.
It could be style. It could be lifestyle. It could be anything. And one of the Alliance members had thrown out a question. Jack, you want to read that question?
Yeah, absolutely. So we won't say any usernames or anything, but again, if you guys do want to be part of this is part of the Alliance. So get in on this, man. If you were part of the Alliance already, go check this thread out. It's called the Alliance Show AMA. Okay, and we'll keep this one open so that when we do our next show, we can just start pulling from here. And this kind of gives a little bit more focus to the people that are in Alliance, so they can really ask these questions that maybe we never got around to answering. Okay, and so this one asks us, how fast beard hair grows would be a great topic. I've heard about a ½ inch in a month, but I'm not sure I get that close. It seems much slower. So that's interesting. We've actually said this in a lot of videos, that ½ inch. That's sort of the generalized rule of thumb, right? That you get a ½ inch of growth on your beard every single month.
Yeah, if you were to take like maybe 100 guys and throw them all in a room and then average the growth of that over 30 days, it would be about a ½ inch. And so everybody, generally speaking, should be able to grow their beard or their hair about a ½ inch per month. So if you think about it,
that's a generalization, so that's not going to be the case for every single one.
Yeah, so that's the point that I want to make, is that isn't the case for every single person.
Right.
It is completely driven by your genetics. And what I like to tell guys is if you're looking for length out of your beard or your mustache, number one, keep in mind it's generally a ½ inch of growth each month.
Right.
But you can do some things to help support that growth and kind of speed it along, but give it a boost.
Make sure you're giving it that little push.
Yeah,
right?
and
so that it doesn't slow down behind that ½ inch, unless genetics are really playing a gigantic role in slowing down the growth.
Yeah, and so like I think the biggest one that I want to just mention is maybe being mindful of what you put into your body.
Oh yeah.
If you're putting everything that you put inside your body eventually manifests. It comes out of your body. Man. Hey. So if you're healthy, they used to say if you're healthy, you're eating and you're pooping. So
you're pooping. Is that what they say?
But no. So my point is that be mindful what you're putting into your body. If you think about it, your hair is basically dead cells.
Sort of, more or less, it is.
For the most part, and then that cell grows out a hair. And so what you're putting into your body will really contribute. That's the main one that I want to point out. But there are some other things that you can do, like making sure you exercise and making sure you eat plenty of greens, taking your daily supplements. And
get those vitamins.
Like which one? Which is the one?
Biotin is great for that.
Biotin.
Yeah. And then, of course, man, this is a big one that I don't think a lot of guys know is try and keep stress levels to a minimum within your life. I know that's such a hard thing to do, but that can absolutely affect it. I mean, you can kind of see when a dude has a really stressful life, you can see it in the beard a lot of times. The beard will get a little bit more wiry and it won't be as soft. Now, that's not always, again, this is a generalization. It's not always the case for everyone, but it does show up.
Yeah, man, you want to set yourself up. You want to set your body up to grow the best that it can grow.
Yeah.
And so, like Josh likes to say, peak performance.
Peak performance.
Right?
Is that what he says? I don't know. Is that between the two of you?
Yeah.
You may not like it, but this is what the ideal male body looks like.
This is what the ideal male body looks like. All right, that's the one. Oh man. Yeah. But yeah, man, you want to make sure that you're taking care of your body because what, as you say, what you put in, what you get out.
Yeah.
And it is that ½ inch. As weird as it sounds, it won't be the case for every single guy, but that is the generalization rule that we typically see with guys. Okay, and Greg Brzezinski will say this in pretty much every single video. It's that ½ inch.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that being said, I think that is our only question within the thread. We're actually at our time limit. Should we call out winner number 3 and get out of here?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Winner number 3 is Massimo.
Massimo? I think I know that dude.
Yeah.
Congrats, Massimo. Oh, man.
I
can't
know
believe
Massimo.
It. So here we are.
Massimo.
I think we just kind of get into our conclusion now. And it's pretty weird. Oh, it's Gong Massimo first of all.
Massimo.
Yeah, it's Gong Massimo.
Congratulations, Massimo.
Congrats. All 3 of you knuckleheads will get your gift cards right after this. I am really sorry about last week. I am the dude who's in charge of getting out these things afterwards. I thought it had been done last week.
Fire Jack.
Yeah, so like 2 days later, I think it was Lara, our newest hire, was like, hey, did anyone get their gift cards? I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. I think so. I think someone took care of it, and sure enough, no one had.
Yeah.
So I apologize if you guys got yours late last week. I'll get you guys this week right after this. Anyway, but here we are, man.
Yeah, man.
2018 finally coming to a close.
2018 in the books. Unless we have a spontaneous show.
Unless we just get an itch. You know, it might be without me because I will be in Florida next week. But who knows? Maybe I'll stream from my couch outside or something like that. Who knows? I've made videos out in Florida before. Crazier things could happen.
Thanks for making 2018 an incredible year.
Yeah, man.
We look forward to seeing you on the other side. I always say, just because it's a new year doesn't mean you have to be bound by your old ways. So
absolutely, new year, new you.
New year. Don't have
new
to
host,
wait.
no more Jack. Well, hey, I lost an old host. I have you now. When did you take over from Eric?
It's been about 3 months.
Has it already?
3 or 4 months.
It feels like we've been doing it a lot longer.
It feels like a lot longer.
Yeah, that's wild. But who knows? Maybe we'll add a third host. Maybe they'll kick me to the curb. Who knows? I'm pretty sure you're here to stay.
No way, man. No way.
All right, man. But it's been fun, and we appreciate Josh for running the stream as always.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Josh. Really, it's been a good time. It's been a good 2018, and I just don't want it to end now, man. It's one of those things like, no, you hang up first. No, you hang up first.
I mean, I can just end the stream.
Yeah, why don't you just fade us out or whatever? Right. Let's get one more gong going. You can fade us out.
Let's give him one more gong, and hey, man, keep on growing.
Keep on growing, guys, and we'll appreciate you.
Show.
Maybe we'll do a weird Instagram stream later this week or whatever. Who knows? Cheers, guys. Really appreciate it. And hey, keep on growing, as we always say. Bada boom. In the books.
Woo!
We off? We clear?